Hi, welcome back to the blind LP of Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path. The last time we left off, we were trying to tell Agent Lang, we were deciding whether we should tell Agent Lang of the president's real self, but it's not a good idea at any rate, I think, because the people respect him a lot. So, we shall continue. No, telling him now would only further cloud his judgment. I understand, Agent Lang. Please, calm down. We spoke out of line. I apologize. Sorry, my emotions got the best of me. And Kay, how long do you plan on hiding? You can come up now. I'm sorry. It's fine. My anger is directed towards the president's killer. Well, I'll be. You're actually a pretty good guy, aren't you? That loyalty to your president is mighty admirable. Admirable at me. Huh, what's it to you? Oh, don't be like that. I've got some good news for you, I reckon. What? The president ain't never passed through the 51st floor. You can count on me. Like 1, 2, 3. Really? I was in the star room myself and I saw it with my very own eyes. That's right. She snuck into the storeroom that day. Thanks. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. What is it? I don't intend to give the culprit a single step of leeway. No one's ever seen the president since he met with Courtney 2 days ago. That doesn't change the fact that the body wasn't here yesterday. If he were pushed up 2 days ago, it would be odd that he wasn't found until yesterday. I doubt the fall from the roof would take a whole day, not excluding the fact that it would have splattered. I can't find a good term. I'll admit, there are a few things I still haven't figured out. Regardless, there is one thing I am certain of. There is? What exactly occurred here last night? I am certain we'll have to look into that in order to uncover the truth. Because the body and the footsteps could have only appeared last night, right? Agent Lang, we'd like to bring the body in for the autopsy. Huang, it is in your hands. Make sure you show the proper respect. I also have one more thing to report. Oh, no, sorry, that was the officer. What is it? We found some footprints near the body. They were left within the area that looks like a monster's footprint. There were human footprints within the monster's footprint, which we did not see, apparently. What kind of footprints? Sir, they were the footprints of a child, about the size of an elementary school student, by the name of John, maybe. What? Huh? An elementary school student? Wait, could it be? Miss Nichols. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please excuse my rudeness. Is there something you want to say? What is she so scared of? You? I'm worried that you'll think poorly of me, but please let me testify something. It's really important. It's not something you need to be so worried about. What is it? Last night, I actually came here. What? Why did you come here? Well, I got a little worried, so I stopped by to check up on John. John? You mean John Marsh, as I thought. Yes, last night. John stayed here late in order to practice by himself. Wow, he's really dedicated. Well, this movie is the first time he's starring as the lead role, so I'm sure he wants to do his best. She must have witnessed something last night. When was this? If I remember correctly, I think it was a little past 10 p.m. Very late for even a middle schooler, I would say. It looked like it was going to rain and I was getting worried, so I came to check up on him. And when I got here, well, You saw something? Yes. John was practicing by himself, and right above his head, I saw a long neck. A neck? Yes, its skin was really scaly, almost like a reptile. Like Gordy? It was like the neck of a dinosaur. Whoa there! Could that have been Gordy? Last time I went hunting for it, it was a bust, but I reckon this could be the real deal. What? So this time it's Gordy? That's right. Okay, wrong voice. That's right. I was really surprised. After all, John is the boy who can communicate with Mozilla. It's a movie. It's not real. And that's coming from a movie star. Yeah, that's right. Damn horns of his lets him hear what the monster's saying, right? Even so, he was looking up at Gordy's face and he was talking to it. Look at that. It just looked like, I don't know, a crane or something wrapped in cloth. It was like they were friends. Doesn't that sound weird? You said it, sister. That's pretty damn strange, I reckon. That boy's a little traitor. Seems she's gotten reality mixed up with the movies. Lotta is one thing, but why would Penny do that? Hey, Missy, did you really see that? Yes, but I was so shocked I immediately ran home after that. I don't know, something sounds off here. What do you make of this, Mr. Prosecutor? Has another monster taken the stage? Agent Lang, do you really believe this absurd testimony? I mean, she did say he was practicing, so he was probably rehearsing his lines. I couldn't care less about the monsters. However, it looks like who we need to talk to next has been decided now, hasn't it? John Marsh, he was here last night. It's very likely he saw something, isn't it? Attaboy. John Marsh, we've got some question for you. John kind of left a while ago. What? Let's go after him. I mean, where do you know? Where will he go, do you know? Are you gonna take the taxi? Where did he run off to? He might have just went back home. That's right. I mean, it doesn't look like they're going to get any filming done today. Not, with a dead body and all. Oh, mother. Oh, he might have run away. Aren't you just overthinking things? He's like 13. He's still a child. I can't imagine that he could have murdered the president by himself. Who said he was alone? Maybe that monster helped him. That boy can summon a monster to his aid, right? Very funny. I'm not saying that kid's definitely the culprit. But right now he's the most prominent witness we have, so we'll need to find that brat. But he didn't say anything earlier. Oh, Mr. Ishwoof. Ah, Gummy. What? He ran away. What? What is the detective doing? It doesn't matter. It's not like I can rely on this country's police anyways. Agent Lang, do you intend to continue investigating by yourself? Yeah, that's right. You got a problem with that? Didn't you always have a small army of subordinates with you before? I wonder what happened to them. That's right. But being a lone wolf isn't all that bad. You don't have to worry about your subordinates or partners. All you need are your fangs. Simple, right? Subordinates. And partners? Like K? Well then, oh, that was so weird. Well then, I'll be seeing you too. Things are getting interesting. I reckon I'm about to get real busy myself. After all, I got to be a pair of monsters to hunt. I'm definitely getting my hands on this scoop. Okay, you go do your thing. Things have gotten pretty crazy, haven't they? Indeed, there's the footprints of Muzilla, and now the shadow of Gordy. It's almost exactly like the movie. How about we go monster hunting too? Well, isn't that? Isn't that one of Lang's men? He's one of Agent Lang's subordinates. We met him during another case. Excuse me. Oh, Prosecutor Ashworth, it has been a while. Shouldn't you be following Mr. Lang? Agent Lang, Shofu is no longer my boss. What exactly happened? Do you remember the incident from 1 month ago? No, can't say I have. I don't recall anything at all. Anything. To the point that I already said before that I doubt that I've ever finished it. I'm not sure, but why would I not finish it, right? I just can't remember anything at all. The Yatagarasu incident we had been involved with. Agent Lang made a major mistake back then. He almost aided and abetted a dangerous criminal. Certainly it had come quite close to that at the time. Shofu took responsibility for what happened and our team was disbanded. Disbanded? So that's what Agent Lang was talking about when he said he had become a lone wolf. Then why are you here? Well, I was a little worried about Shofu. It seems that even now he's still chasing after them. The ghosts of Tropius Pass. Ghosts of Tropius Pass? Just what are you? I'm sorry, I've already said too much. Then just continue. If you'll excuse me. These ghosts Agent Lang is chasing after, do they also have something to do with this case? Looks like everyone's left now. So what do we do now? Well, Miss Hart is going after the monsters and Agent Lang is going after John. We should also try approaching this case from a different angle. What angle would that be? We can try asking Justin. We should listen to what Judge Courtney has to say. Yep, we're on the same wavelength here. Ah, that's right. If I'm not mistaken, Miss Courtney is... Well then, I shall take my leave here. I will be presiding over Patricia Rowland's trial. She said that she had a trial coming up. Indeed, let's head to the courthouse as well. Okay. Court is now in session. Is the defense ready? Of course, Your Honor. Oh, we haven't seen him in a while. We can begin whenever you want. The prosecution has been ready from the start, Your Honor. Jill Crane, the attorney in charge of the defense, has passed on from this world. Furthermore, Sebastian DeBest, the prosecutor in charge, has disappeared. And so, Francisca and Mr. Shields have taken over their duties. Okay. Before we begin, I would like to apologize for the delay of today's trial. Why couldn't we have you from the front angle? As the crime took place in the prison, a place where justice is normally administered, and the defendant was the warden of the prison, further exacerbating the situation. Additional time was specially arranged to investigate and prepare for the trial. In addition, the defense attorney in charge of the case, Jill Crane, has recently passed away. Due to these circumstances, the trial was further delayed. Mr. Shields, Miss Von Karma, at this time I'd like to give you my gratitude for taking up this responsibility on short notice. I guess this is the last job Courtney Pie's friend left behind for us, huh? Well, Uncle Ray is more than happy to help out. Although, having said that, I only had enough time to skim through the case files. Are you okay on your end, Franny Pie? What kind of prosecutor abandons his own case and vanishes without a trace? I won't allow any more delays in this trial while we wait for the foolish man to return. I have received the evidence just now. There should be no problem continuing the trial. You have my thanks. And with that, I hereby call the defendant, Patricia Rowland, to the stand. I cannot remember her voice. Now then, will the prosecution please give us their opening statement? Very well, Your Honor. The defendant. I do not remember her voice. Please wait, Your Honor. What is it? Well, there's something I'd like you to fill me in on. Just what exactly am I doing in a place like this? Then perhaps you would do well to listen to the opening statement. So if I listen to it, I'll get it, huh? Okay then, let's hear it. That was the plan from the start. Now if you would kindly shut up and listen. The incident occurred in the detention center and the prison warden, Rowland, is in charge of. The victim is Horace Knightley, who was being held in the detention center. The prosecution is certain that this woman here is the culprit. This knife, the murder weapon, is a decisive Huh? What do you mean? Oh. Are we missing the evidence? Miss Von Karma, is something wrong? 'Tis impossible. The evidence is. What's wrong with the evidence, Franny Pie? The evidence, the knife's gone. The chisel with Duggan's bell attached to it is missing too. What? Well, there was a black market auction. Order! Prosecutor Von Karma, what is the meaning of this? I don't understand it either, Your Honor. If there's no evidence, then I suppose there's not much reason for me to be here. Some prosecutor can't even hold on to one little piece of evidence. What a dunce. I only received everything that the previous prosecutor had. Oh my god, Sebastian. It appears the culprit is that pampered prosecutor, the boy blunder. Hey, Courtney Pie. What is it? Your Honor, considering our predicament, what say we postpone the trial until later? Are you kidding me? The defense's proposal is overruled. Hey, Courtney Pie? I know, right? It'd be troubling for me if this trial were to be delayed any further. I just want everyone to know that I'm innocent as soon as possible. Innocent? I've had more than enough of your foolish. And besides, you don't have any evidence, right? I recall a certain saying in court, evidence is everything, wasn't it? Since there's no evidence, that will make me innocent. Isn't that right, Your Honor? That is correct. Uh-oh. What? The prosecution has not produced sufficient evidence to prove the defendant guilty. As such, what? I hereby find the defendant Prosecutor Roland. Hold your horses, Connie Pie. You can just declare her as innocent all of a sudden. Is something the matter? For the defense to object or not to a not guilty verdict. Well, I mean, even you must know that the warden over there is guilty, right? You were there with us when we found the murder weapon. Mr. Shields, a judge must remain impartial when handing down a verdict, but this is too fast. There was no chance to prove anything. That is why I cannot allow myself to get caught up in my own personal feelings. The person who was present when the murder weapon was discovered and the judge sitting before you now are two completely different people. Well, it does sound like two different people. You're kidding, right? I can only hand down a verdict based upon the evidence that was presented. There's evidence. It's just, well, it's not here right now, but a few minutes, that's all I need. I'll find the evidence and return to court without fail. The prosecution requests a brief recess, Your Honor. The defense would also like a recess, Your Honor. Connie Pie, please. I understand. I shall grant you your request. Well, Justin, darling, aren't you wishy-washy today? This court will now adjourn for a 15-minute recess, during which the prosecution and the defense shall prepare for the resumption of the trial. Understood, Your Honor. Phew, that was a close one. Court is now adjourned. I have a blocked nose. Didn't we find it together? The evidence. But I guess they found out now. Yes, we certainly did. What's the matter, detective? It looks like the metal detector is reacting to this alligator. Really? Why? Of course, that's why the metal detector reacted. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to take a look at this. The chisel? Wasn't it just a fake murder weapon? Dugan hid his chisel inside his dog's mouth, and the real murder weapon was hidden in very much the same way. Haha. The real murder weapon is in the web in the pond inside the alligator. I wonder if it was stolen by someone. Mr. Ashworth. Oh, I guess not. Oh, they're back. Miss Berry and Mr. Keys, did you come to attend the trial? I came because I heard there's a really fun show around here. So, where is it? Oh, I forgot his voice too. The trial, I know it's a squeaky one. The trial for the case I got caught up in was supposed to have already started, but practice ran a little late. I believe it was somewhere around here, wasn't it? Actually, two key pieces of evidence have gone missing. The chisel and the knife. The trial's in recess right now. Sort of like an intermission. You just missed it, Simon. What? What's that supposed to mean? It looks like Simon's gonna get arrested again. No, I can't. I guess Simon is his usual noisy self. Huh? To think that I would be humiliated like this. I think it's Franziska. And here comes another noisy individual. Yep. Now, Franny Pie, let's just take a moment and calm down a bit. Maybe you could put that whip of yours away, What do you say? The foolish prosecutor. When I get my hands on him, my whip is going to give him the thrashing of a lifetime. Miles, why don't you try talking to her? Good grief. On that note, I guess I should probably hear what she has to say. Oh, if it isn't former Prosecutor Miles Agerf. Francisca. Those who have abandoned the power of a prosecutor do not belong here. Now be a good boy and go home. Figure out what you want to do with your life. Well, still you're willing to talk to me? Still, what are you going to do, Francisca? The recess is only 15 minutes and you just wasted like 5 minutes weeping people or the wall. You are always so calm and collected, like an anchorman man reading off a teleprompter. It makes me sick. I should probably stay classy and avoid a confrontation with her for now. Francisca, I never expected you to end up taking over the prosecution for this case. The bodyguard of the president of Zhengfa, Horace Knightley, was murdered. The defendant is a former warden of the prison, Patricia Rowland. The knife she used as a murder weapon had been prepared as evidence. However, the murder weapon has disappeared, without a trace. Not only did he abandon his own case, but he also made me look like a fool in court. The next time I see that foolish fool or a prosecutor, I'll whip some backbone into him. That might help him. I don't mind if you whip some backbone into him, but stop whipping innocent bystanders like me. Well, what do you want me to do? I'm going to present this to you. Would you know something? What is Lotta's testimony? Would you know something about... What am I supposed to answer again? Not luck. Would you know about the president? This is Zhengfa's? Yes, the president of Zhengfa, Di Junhuang. We discovered his body just recently. Wait. Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, didn't Lang call out to a person called Huang? But then again, maybe he was referring to the dead body as Huang. What are you saying? There must be some kind of mistake. No, I cannot. I confirmed it with my own eyes. There was no mistake. Then this incident could have been something to do with my trial. No, it is nothing of the sort. We just came here to speak with Judge Courtney. Miles Agerf, are you trying to distract me by showing me evidence that is unrelated to this trial? Ouch. My apologies. It seems I shouldn't have shown it to you. Shouldn't have shown it to me? Are you trying to conceal the incident from me? I mean... Just what do you want from me, exactly? Alright, so... What do you want me to show you? Security camera? But it has nothing to do with it. What can I show you that's related to the murder? I'm not certain. Maybe I'll just give you everything. Except for this. Grand Tower? I have honestly no idea what to give you. Alright, we'll just start one at a time. Maybe this? Here, take this. Miles Agerf, unlike you, I am actually busy. I don't have the time to look at something like that. Why don't you just look at that evidence again by yourself? She's certainly as harsh as ever. Okay, I tried. Chief Faraday, have you had any more problems with your memory since your recovery? Nope, I remember everything perfectly now, including how I secretly wanted to steal a closer look at your whipping technique.
Interesting. If you want to see it that badly, I'll show it to you. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I thought she was gonna whip Kay.
So close. I felt I was almost about to see through it. One more time, Miss Karma.
Kay, please. Very well. Since you asked so politely, could you two please stop this at once? Pretty please. You know anything about this? Is that supposed to be a replacement for your Prosecutor's badge? It suits you, Miles Edgeworth.
Hold it. This badge suits me way more than it does Mr. Edgeworth.
When did this become a competition? Alright, I've tried presenting her everything, but she's not reacting to it, which is weird. Very weird. You know what? I'll talk to Simon.
Isn't there anything we can do? Well, actually I just got a great idea. If we put on an animal show inside this courtroom, everyone will be caught in it. And then maybe they'd have to delay the trial another day? No. If we did something like that, I'd get arrested for sure. Nah, you'll be fine. The court's not so cool as to arrest someone for showing everyone a good time. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
I would prefer if you didn't flagrantly encourage such criminal behavior.
The courthouse is so much fun. There's even a wild animal tamer here.
A wild animal tamer?
A showmanship could use some work.
Oh, she's talking about her.
But a lady really knows how to.
Oh, she's talking about Franziska. I thought she was talking about Patricia Rowland. Although in her case, her whip is used to tame humans. True. Humans are kind of like animals too.
Kay, looks like you've gotten your memories back. Yeah, I'm all better now. Uncle Ray was really worried he's gonna ask for a hug. Then that other Kay was also pretty cute. Well then, now that you've recovered, how about a hug for old time's sake? Nope. We need to focus on the trial right now. Yeah, things aren't looking good.
Oh, alright.
At any rate, we'll have to search for the evidence, but we can't interrupt the trial. Uncle Ray's in a pickle. If only there was someone who could find the evidence for us.
That look of expectation on your face says it all. Well...
Miles, you still don't have your Prosecutor's badge, right? Do you finally feel like following in your father's footsteps?
I simply left it in someone else's care. I wasn't stripped of my badge. Furthermore, right now I am unable to follow in my father's footsteps.
I see. Well, there's no need for you to rush your decision. Take all the time you need to determine the path you want to follow. In any case, the door is always open for you and the Edgeworth law officers.
Mr. Shields.
If only there was someone who could go search for the evidence for us.
Alright, I'll do it. Very well, I'll go look for them.
Ew, Miles, you do that for us?
Of course, finding the evidence within 15 minutes will be no easy task.
Well, if worse comes to worse, Uncle Ray and Franny Pa will help you stall for time. Until you recover the evidence, we won't let her hand down a verdict.
Please do so. Franziska, are you okay with this?
You're asking me?
Franziska phoned Karma to help you out. No, we are helping you out.
You'd be better off spending the rest of your life as an anchorman for the local news. Miss Von Karma, this is an emergency. We could really use your cooperation.
I understand. As acting prosecutor, I, along with that attorney over there, shall continue this trial. Meanwhile, you, the former prosecutor, shall run around and look for the evidence. All for my sake. It's a job that suits you perfectly. I'm glad that you're on board.
Oh, how about you? Cause I really don't want to get arrested again. This sounds like fun. Regina wants to tag along too.
Alright, that would be helpful. Now then, where should we begin?
I think we should go find that person and hear what they have to say.
Oh, Sebastian? Who should we talk? I get penalized for these? Alright. You. Yes, the person in charge of the evidence was Sebastian, the best.
You mean that rookie prosecutor, right? Got it.
I'll leave him to you, really?
Alrighty, time for Uncle Ray to have a strategy meeting with the opposing counsel. Just the two of you.
Prosecutor, you better not keep me waiting, lest you end up like your friend here. Yes, I'll keep that in mind.
Granny Pie, wait for me.
Now then, let's go help look for Sebastian as well. Judge Courtney.
Ah!
Judge Courtney.
If it isn't Prosecutor H12, I hope that all is well.
No, it's not.
All is not well. Just what was going on in that trial earlier.
Okay, there's no need for that.
But even though Miss Courtney should know exactly who the culprit is, what made you? In a court of law, the only thing that truly matters is evidence. Whatever my own feelings may be, it should not affect the verdict.
So is this the judge persona of Justine Courtney we are seeing?
Cold-blooded and heartless. It's fine if you think of me as such.
Even as a judge, she's still this stubborn. Judge Courtney, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you.
And what would that be?
2 nights ago, you went to the roof of the Grand Tower.
The roof, you say?
You met with the president there, correct? The two of you were caught on the security camera.
Is there some sort of problem with that?
Today, the president's body was discovered very close to the Grand Tower.
That's...
You understand now, don't you? You're a suspect. What happened between you and the president up on the roof?
Nothing. We merely spoke for a few minutes. Once our business was done, I headed straight home. I took the elevator back down alone.
Indeed, that was shown on the security camera footage as well. What exactly did you and the president talk about?
That, I cannot say.
I see, however, I cannot afford to let up just yet. That being the case, I guess my only remaining option is to use that. She is definitely hiding something. And I'm going to draw it out of her. In the next episode, I feel like it's gonna be logic chess, so we will continue then. So until the next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.